Ahoy, Christine. I am deeply disappointed that my Virgin Voyages cruise, my itinerary has been changed to become a comedy fest, and now there will be no shows, no entertainment, and nothing except comedy. And that is just absolutely not correct, but this is a top misperception. So in this video, I'm sharing with you we're at Comedy Fest right now. I'm going to talk to you about some of the top misperceptions, what it's actually like and how it's set up, and if it's your vibe, how you can get on a Comedy Fest in the future. And then let's go through the schedule, and then let's actually head out there and have a good time at Comedy Fest together. All of that and more coming up. And if you're new here, ahoy, I'm Christine Lozada. Get the best deal on Virgin Voyages by booking your sailing with us. More info is in the description. Most people miss it, but make sure you're being a smart traveler and price comparing, because we beat lots of the deals that are out there, and it only takes 1 minute to price compare. The top misperception is that people think that this specialty sailing is happening fleet-wide, and it's not. So unlike a specialty sailing like Eat and Drink Festival, right, which happens for an entire month. Next year, it will be September 2026 across every lady ship, across every single itinerary for that entire month. Comedy Fest is different. What they're doing is for specific dates on specific ships, they are having a festival stage. This is the other top misperception. It's not just comedy. You still have your entire lineup of entertainment, and we'll go through the schedule together to give you a gist of what that looks like. But the festival stage is now all comedy, which is a really great option, but by no means is not the only option. So for example, right now on Valiant Lady, August 10th, 2025, the Comedy Fest is happening right now. And then later this month, on August 30th, you'll have the Scarlet Night Virgin Voyages Comedy Fest from the UK. And it's a really unique sailing, especially if you've sailed a lot, or even if you've never sailed before but just love comedy, because the way they set it up is super cool. So let's talk about that.
Oh my goodness. So I thought I'd try to teach you guys one trick.
The Manor and the Red Room. These are the two spaces being used for Comedy Fest, which is normal for how the festival rotating stage of entertainment is usually using these two spaces. But what's unique about the events in the Manor is that, and I actually think this is smart, each of the shows are 45 minutes. You can sit anywhere in the Manor, and they are also setting it up to have chairs, like rows of chairs, so it can accommodate as many people as possible versus the other types of setups that they might use, for example, for ship show or other dinner and show events like that. So this allows more people to come in, and obviously you have the second floor as well being used, but it's allowing a lot of people to come in and see the two comedians that perform. And so they'll have one opener and one headliner, and within a 45-minute period of time, it feels like just enough to really enjoy both. And then as the different shows rotate, you'll have, right, the person that was the headliner will now become the opener, and someone else will be the headliner. And so that's how most of the shows at the Manor are run. At the Red Room, you have the bigger headliners, and that looks a little bit different. And whew, oh my goodness, I have not seen the line for the Red Room ever be this long. Like, it was, like, I have seen long lines for the Red Room that extend all the way to like the tattoo, like squid ink, but these ones were going all the way to the back to Extra Virgin. Like, this is, the entire ship is a line. It was completely packed out. People are very excited about Comedy Fest, and it's so much fun to hear all the different people's opinions, because here's the other thing. I don't want to talk specifically about exactly which comedians are here. I think the headline about it is they're not just bringing in like random people from no name blah blah, right? Like, these comedians are super talented and are very well known, and I'm not saying you're gonna know every single name that's out there, but when I've looked up each one, I'm like, oh wow, this person has been on fill in the blank with famous shows, etc., etc., or just something like that, right? Where I'm like, oh wow, this is actually a really talented comedian. And everyone's really excited, and you're getting this really great variety of everyone. And actually, I wanna show you something. Let's talk about this fun little wheel thingy, because oh my goodness, it's actually quite helpful. So this is the first comedian I saw, and there are 11 total comedians that are on the ship right now. And I wish I would have brought a box of tissues, because I was laughing so hard, I was crying and my makeup was smearing all over my face. Maddie was hilarious. I was dying. So she opened for one show, and then there was a headliner. And then, right, like I was saying before, then she will switch, and then she will become the headliner and someone else will open for her, with the 2 comedians each time at the Manor. But the rest of her shows that she has on this sailing are at the Red Room. And so I know that I want to definitely catch one of her next shows. A lot of sailors talked about Murray the Magician. It was like comedy magic. I think that's kind of neat. I'm going to try to catch him as well. But for a lot of these, you got to go early and line up. Samora was one of the headliners, right? She had 2 performances at the main bigger space in the Red Room. And you can just see it's a really awesome way to be able to navigate the comedians that you like, to be able to find which ones you definitely want to go to. Again, one of the top misperceptions was a lot of people thought that everything was canceled and there were no other shows except for comedy, which is not the case. I'm going to walk you through the schedule so that you can kind of get a gist of what's on there in addition to comedy, to see how much comedy is on the schedule versus everything else. And then separately, we're going to, because it's going to get loud out there, so I'm going to put it out at the end so you can adjust your volume. I'll try to do it on the editing on my side too. But we'll go out there and we'll go check out Comedy Fest together. I'm really excited because we're right now halfway through the sailing. But don't forget, if you're getting some value out of this video, cheers that like button, consider subscribing. And if you have a helpful tip, if you were at Comedy Fest, add your, I know so many of you guys that sail a lot are watching these videos, so add your helpful tips or your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I love meeting you guys on the ship. It's rad, because I mean, all I see is sometimes people press the like button and sometimes not, and most of the time most people don't leave comments. But I'd love to hear from you, love meeting you guys, and book your sailing with us. We beat the deal on the ship. Other travel agents always book with us. Make sure you take the 1 minute to price compare. More info is in the description below. Let's go look at the schedule. All right, let's look at the schedule. So we got all the normal stuff with the sail away and the team helping you out, and then mustering, all the normal stuff that you get on basically every single sailing. That all looks the same. You got DJs at the dock. And then the first comedian on the first day was at the Manor at 7 p.m. So that was the first one, right? In that 45-minute show that I was talking about. You still have at that same time in the Red Room Around the World with the Diva. So you're choosing one or the other. Jack Shepard's been an amazing artist. I've loved watching him. And then, right, there's a small break, and then the next comedy show happening at the Manor, another 45-minute set is happening. That's the 8:15 to 9. That was really fun. And then you have, right, still more things. Grog Walk was super fun. And then you have the final comedian, which was more of like a headliner, right? It's just one comedian and he's doing a full hour at the Manor. That's happening, but at the same time, your other option is normal entertainment with the Misbehave show. So it's not like it's only comedy. You still have the whole shabam. You still got PJ Party, you still got Latin Trio, all the normal things. The next day for us on this sailing, this was a 5-night sailing, Costa Maya. This was a 2 sea day sailing. And so what you're looking at on the schedule now is a sea day, and what you're seeing is the typical sea day activities with workouts, the options to book some tours like the bridge tour. I got to blow the horn, which was so fun. Oh, I thought it was going to be a rope, but it's a button. Still amazing. I also did Zumba this day. So the first comedy show here, and right, there's still like bingo, all the things that we're used to, line dancing, all the wellness workshops, that's all in there. The first comedy show, which I would expect to be in the afternoon, is likely going to be somewhere about when it's really hot AF. So we're still looking at classes. Here we go. The first comedian this day, and he's doing a full hour, is Ryan Long. And I purposely didn't go because it was hot outside, which means this show was going to be completely packed. And it was in the smaller space, which is the Manor. So that was 2 to 3 p.m. Ryan Long had performed. So that was one. And you still have tons and tons of other events happening. The next one being 3 to 3:45. So if you wanted to just keep it going with more comedy, you could just walk straight from the Manor over to the Red Room, way more seats, easier to get in, and watch 2 comedians perform over a 45-minute period of time at the Red Room. Still all the normal classes that are put on by the Happenings cast, workouts putting on by the fitness team, etc. And then the next comedian happening that evening, well, actually I guess right afterwards, is 4:30 to 5:15, going back to that 45-minute window that was at the Red Room. And then, I went to Ship Show this night. Oh, Greg, Kiara, Brittany, Nico, Dice, everyone is so talented, amazing. Still tons of events, right? You have the hostess, you have the normal Happenings events, and then you have Samori, right? That's our headliner that's performing. She did 7 to 8:15. That's over an hour, right? That's an hour and 15 minutes at the Red Room. And I believe she did 2 shows that night. I tried to walk into both. It was very hot and very busy, but you still have a ton more. She did that second show from 9 to 10:15, and then it went into the normal evening activities with We Fancy and music, etc. We are in Costa Maya today, and because we're at port, right, the first comedy shows isn't happening until the evening time. So you still have all the normal stuff. Tonight is Scarlet Night. I need to go get ready very soon. The first comedy show tonight is at 7, given it's a port day, right? Most people are probably just now coming back onto the ship, to be totally honest, at 6:28 p.m. Actually, they're probably taking showers. So the first one is at 7 to 8 in the Manor, and then you have the normal stuff that they always have, and then the next one is 8:30 to 9:15 at the Manor. It's another two people performing, and then I'm going to try to catch this late one with Murray. So that's 10 to 11 at the Manor. So I'm going to probably line up, to be totally honest, around 9:30 or so. That's honestly probably even too late, but I don't know. Let's see if I can get in. So those are the 3 shows today, given it's a port day. Tomorrow goes back to being a sea day. So my guess is the first one's going to be around that 2 o'clock time frame again, and that's probably happening in, again, the Red Room or the Manor. So, I mean, I'm scrolling, right? I'm sure I'm giving you a headache with how quickly I'm trying to scroll past this, but we're getting all the way, basically there's tons of events, normal events, like slow your roll. I can't tell you how many people have DM'd me, have commented on my videos, have emailed me, have something like, oh, it's ruined, I hate comedy, like plenty of other things to do. You don't have to go to a single comedy thing, there's still plenty to do. Ryan Long, not surprised, 2 to 3 p.m., the Manor, that's the first one. And then after that we have the next comedian is happening. He was 2 to 3, and now we are looking at, the app is being the app right now, give me a minute. Also, I'm using the old app, the new app is out. We have 9 to 9:45 at the Manor. Maybe they're giving the comedians a break on this day, but we have the Manor for 2 comedians, and then we have 1 headliner from 10:30 to 11:30 at the Manor as well. So that's what we got on that day. And then on the final day, on the final day, this is the Bimini day, right? Because we sailed out of Miami. And on this day, they likely have just evening shows is my guess. So Ryan Long, 10 to 11 p.m. at the Manor. That's what we got on the comedy lineup. And if I were to make a guess, sometimes they will have entertainers leave at port. So like I wouldn't be surprised if some people flew out at Costa Maya today. I mean, that just happens. And so for this specialty sailing, I see it very similar to like the Nicky Jam sailing that's happening in December, right? So Nicky Jam, he performed at the Celebration Voyage and then is doing a special voyage in which he and other Latin artists are performing on the ship. And while it's not a complete takeover and it's the only thing that's happening, it's just extra special events that are happening throughout. And I'm sure for that one, it will be a mix of the Red Room, the Manor, or probably, if I'm honest, it's probably the Manor and the pool, with them either covering the pool or leaving the pool open, but you're unable to go into the pool, which is what happened at the Celebration Voyage, but something like that. It's just a great way to add to a voyage and a great way to try something different because, I mean, this is my 27th sailing on Virgin Voyages, and I don't have the most number of sailings out there. I meet people all the time who have way more sailings than me. Not that you need that many, but I mean, we all need that many, let's be honest. But it's just a great way to add variety because everyone comes back. We all know you're coming back. It's a great way to add some variety to your Virgin Voyages sailings. All right, I'm Christine Lozada. If this was helpful, cheers that like button. Book your sailing with us. Let's take it outside and go check out Comedy Fest.
Comedy Fest Mega Mix.
And what do you think that means?
They're going to get them all on stage at the same time.
All of them at the same damn time. And this runs from when to when?
4 o'clock till 5:15.
Yep. And so this is probably the longest set that's happened so far, because most of them are 45 minutes long. How many comedy shows have you seen this sailing so far?
Probably about 6 or 7 now.
You've seen a lot of them, and you've seen doubles,
Yeah.
right? You've seen the same comedian twice.
Yeah.
And we learned something last night. What was that?
I mean, what the hell did we learn last night?
He didn't learn a damn thing. He learned that he drinks Moet when he's hanging out with me. But what we learned was some of the comedians will do the same set, which actually
Yeah.
makes sense, right? Like, we can't expect every performer to have unique sets each time.
It's easier to change the audience than it is to change the material.
Absolutely. So you saw Murray twice, Murray the Magician,
Yes,
Comedy Magic.
yes,
Still good the second time?
yes, absolutely.
I don't know how he did a single one of those tricks. Do you?
No idea at all.
Hold on, let's just pull that back. You saw him twice.
Yeah,
Do you know how he did any of the tricks?
no idea.
This is why I hang out with Jonathan. Actually, so would you do Comedy Fest again?
Yeah, for sure.
Why?
Because it's just all a different variety of comedians that I don't know, just really entertaining.
Actually, this is important because this is your first sailing ever on Virgin Voyages, right?
Oh yeah,
Jonathan has been on many, many voyages, but your first Comedy Fest?
first Comedy Fest.
Yeah, I think it adds a nice variety because like tonight, we're going to go see the Magnets. Super excited. But the comedy adds a nice addition to the entire lineup.
Yeah, and there's so much to do every day.
Yeah.
Every day, every afternoon, every evening.
Mom turned how old?
85.
And how did she feel about Comedy Fest?
She loved everything.
How many did you attend?
We attend at least one every day and probably 2 or 3. But at least on the first day, we only got one, but all the rest.
That's way
we
more
caught
than
them all.
me. Show us the most
I'm
important
sorry.
part. Show us the most important part.
My Miami
Wait,
tattoo.
did she turn 85 on this sailing?
No, she turns 85 this month, August.
Love. Birthday
If
month.
they would have moved Comedy Fest 2 weeks, it would have been on her birthday.
Well, then
Exactly.
I think I can safely say I'll see you at Comedy Fest next year.
Oh,
And Mom,
no doubt. No doubt. Thank you.
come on, let me push this button for you. Ooh,
Okay.
look, I almost got stuck to you forever.
Do you know how he did any of the tricks?
No idea.
This is why I hang out with Jonathan. Useless in pickleball, useless at knowing the magic tricks.
Yeah.
How many sailings have you done? Or should it be how many months have you done?
Oh.
Never
Months.
mind. I actually don't know if Jonathan can count this high. He's done a lot of voyages because he's like friends with somebody on the ship. Basically, when he's at home, you drive him around, and when
Yeah.
you're here, he drives the ship around.
Yeah.
So his friend is on the ship. And Jonathan has been on many, many voyages. But your first Comedy Fest?
First Comedy Fest.
Yeah.